Welcome back everybody to a new video where I'll be talking about this ticker MU, Micron, and also another hottest stock in the market, which is SNDK, SanDisk. So before we get started, please hit that like button, guys. That is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and get lots of daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, all kinds of setups, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into MU. So, MU year to date, just for this year, we're still in January and it's up 40%. Huge move. You can see this was the candle. I mean, this thing is going to the moon. Now, we saw a bit of a pullback last week, especially with this candle from 412. It actually gave back some of the gains, but again, this thing is not finishing in the red. It was still up 0.5%. Now, what is next? Well, if you look at my screen, we're still in a strong uptrend and it can go even higher. But I think at some point very soon, this is not a long trade, but this is definitely a short trade. It just matter how you can actually manage your risk, where you want to put a stop loss, and why. I mean, if you look at the monthly time frame, we'll do that in a second. I mean, it just going to the moon. I mean, look at this monthly chart here, guys. You think this is sustainable? It's going to stay this way all the time? I don't think so. At some point, things will pull back really hard. And I think if MU gives up like 50 to 100 bucks come tomorrow or even next week, anytime this month, next month, it'll be still up massively from these lows down here, guys. So MU, I think if you look at it, if we can take out this high, let's say 413, just make things even, we can possibly go into 420s, maybe even 440s. But at that point, I mean, things are just gonna blow up at some time. Look at this. We got this, sell pressure on Friday, but again, yet, people were still coming in and buying this thing. So and don't forget, the director who bought the stock at 337 already up massively. So when these people actually chase and buy, they're smart. They know what they're doing. Who knows? He could be selling at 400 or probably sold or maybe selling down the line. And if that's the case, and if this thing comes back and takes out this trend line, which is around 386, we could see a pullback into 347, where we saw a lot of consolidation before that big move up. And there is a gap down here as well. So that is the trade idea on MU. But again, guys, it's just my view on the stock. If you're shorting or whatever you're doing, make sure you have a game plan where you want to exit, you want to take a loss, and where you want to take profit if you're going to make money on this one. And now let's talk about SanDisk, which is even more insane. So on SanDisk, they have earnings coming out on Thursday with Apple, and it was down Friday nearly 6%. Now, let's say come Monday morning, next week, or even the week after, even after earnings, somehow this thing gets down $100, $150. Do you think it's still, a really bad signal for the stock? I don't think so. This is a $25 to $30 stock. Just a couple months ago, it was trading there. And since those news came out, shortage on memory chips and all that, the sky, just not the limit for the stock. It just skyrocketed within just a matter of couple weeks. This thing is up massively year to date. Just alone this 1 month just kept going up. I mean, this thing was 25 to 30 bucks. And now we're talking about $500 per share. So I'm pretty sure a lot of folks missed out on some of these runs that we saw before, especially stocks like CAR, uh, GME, maybe even AMC, just to name few. But what happened on those stocks? Even the recent one, let's talk about PLTR. What happened after hitting 200 plus? We went back, quite a bit. Still up, nothing really happened. But just giving you guys an example how overextended this thing is. So you can see we saw a bit of a pullback here on Friday, but this is nothing. I mean, just 20, 30 bucks is just nothing. This thing was up previously, I think, $38, $40. Now you can see there is support around that 469. We got some, and I'm actually looking at the hourly time frame because this does not have a lot of history. This is a new product, new IPO. It does not have a lot of history that I can look into, but you can see hourly there is a support at 469. Now, if that gives up, we can come into like 398, maybe even 400. That's a possibility. You can see this is where we got rejection before multiple times. And then look at this monthly chart on SanDisk. This is just insanity, guys. Look at this. Just about what? Not even a year. IPO'd and boom, from just a couple of dollars. Now $500 per share. So if you're losing money in the stock market or something happened, you're not making money, trust me, it does not really happen immediately. But all you need is one good trade. Maybe you catch something good one time, something like this, and boom, you're going to become a millionaire. Now, is that going to happen every day? No, not really. That's not what I'm saying. But opportunities are there, guys, always. And trust me, we take a lot of trades. We do a lot of trades. I did not touch this thing uh, in last few weeks, except Friday I bought puts, and even last Friday I bought puts, and these were zero DTs. So a lot of risk involved, but I was able to, pull this off and collected profit because zero DTs I cannot hold them, right? But why? Because high volatility, that means what? Money. So you can see even on the monthly time frame, even if we pull back into that 286 zone, I mean, that would be just a back test of that breakout, this wedge pattern right here, right? I mean, if I draw another line here, you'll see, a nice wedge pattern we had, and we just broke out of that wedge and just a brand new all-time high. Now, if this thing crosses over 506 with earnings, yes, it can go higher. Overbought can stay overbought, oversold can stay oversold, but it's gonna come down. So like I said at the beginning of my video, it depends how you wanna manage. If you're shorting, this is definitely not something that I would take long on it. There is no way, unless there is like a decent enough pullback, then yes, there could be an opportunity on SanDisk. But at this point, guys, I mean, this is just another stock in the market that just going absolutely ballistic. The charts. We all know how things when they're overbought, oversold, it actually works. It works. It might take a little bit of time, but it always works out. If you can catch it, especially when things are overbought and things are oversold. But in this case, at this point, even the charts are, even though they're saying it's going to come back, it's just not working. So, playing this is really people that are actually in the market for a long time and have experience in the market definitely can play it. But if you're new, I would say avoid it, or even if you're trying to like go in and do something, just, get a small position, something small where you don't, lose arm and a leg and you'll be fine even if you lose some money. So that is my take on SanDisk. I think after earnings, this is all priced in. This thing will give back, and I'll do an update. So if you want an update, make sure you leave a comment below. And don't forget to hit that like button because that's why these videos are coming out. I'm not doing this for YouTube money. I don't make barely a couple of pennies out of YouTube videos. So that's not why I'm actually doing these updates. But I think this is important that a lot of traders need to see that this thing is at extreme level and we cannot afford to take any trades, especially to the upside. But again, this is my own take, my own personal view. If you want to do something, make sure you do your own research into SanDisk because this is a high volatility stock. And if you're, just trading with a small account, this is not something that you can manage or even take a trade in because even those calls or even puts are expensive on SanDisk. So you need money, you need experience in the market to play anything on the stock. And even on EMU, it's not cheap. So these two stocks will definitely, I think, in maybe next 4 to 6 weeks, and who knows, maybe even next 3 weeks. I'm expecting some sort of a move to the downside to close some of these gaps, and maybe the stocks will come down and cool off. And that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching.